Hey guys, what it is your girl Cadillac. I am Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Light prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping, because you got to hold your breath for justice. To see justice before all face too bleak. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. So I don't know how much storage I got on this phone, so we just gonna ride out, and I might have to do a part two, in if I don't get finished with my thoughts. Anyways, listen to this video that I'm watching. This is my first time watching this creator. Her name is Precious Kofi or Coffee. I don't know how to pronounce Kofi. This is a very good video, and it's resonating with your girl, and it has to do with also my video today, like the whole purpose in this video. But let's listen to this one little part.
He will ensure that your videos reach the perfect person, and that could be one person, but you are changing someone's life. He will
The fact that she mentioned videos and the word reach, y'all already know Project Reach the World. Those two things stand out to me, that this, it's no coincidence that I came across this video.
ensure that your voice reaches the people whom he intends for your voice to reach,
Wow.
right? Your dependency is on him. He will bless you accordingly. He will give you ideas. He will bring people in your path. He will bring opportunities
Oh, I pray
for
for
you
that.
to be able to have not only your basic needs met, but to even exceed that. And I know this for a certain because we're not on this earth to simply survive. Okay? We are
Yes.
not here to simply survive.
And I think, did you hear what she said? We're not here just to survive. But see, this is what this matrix does to us. It puts us in a survival mode where, rather than distracting you from your purpose, you're now just trying to survive. You're just trying to put food on the table. You're just trying to keep a roof over your head, which is harder and harder and harder to do, which means y'all shouldn't have been looking down on folks that's homeless, knowing that you could have been walking in their footsteps. And many that did look down on the homeless will be right there with, are you kidding me? This ain't nothing but Satan. Because you know why? My phone is on silent. Why do you still hear that ringing throughout my video? How do you put a phone on silent and it still rings and interrupts your video? Girl, aggravating. Let's go ahead and do not disturb. And I've been out here walking at the park. Phone did not ring not once. The minute I push record, it rings. So it's always a distraction. It's always something to throw me off. See, this is the detouring from my purpose. I have a purpose of why I was born, right? We about to be at my birthday, June the 5th, right? 1981, whenever I was born, there was purpose behind it. It was not to just survive. Not even survive, barely survive, which means it's taking your all, everything you got in you, to barely keep your head above water, right? So anyways, that led me into, I'll put this video down in the description box. I really enjoyed, I haven't finished it, but I'm definitely going to finish it because she is talking some real stuff. And I love people that talk from transparency, that when you're going through something, rather than, most people are going to say, well, it's not as bad as you think. It can always be worse. You got to change this. You got to change that. Like, instead of just listening, hearing you out, letting you actually release it, and then giving you advice from your own perspective, not just from the outside looking in. Get into my shoes. Come in my shoes. And imagine being in the same exact aspects in life, the same exact things happening. Could you always just overcome so resiliently like you claim to be able to do? It's just like the people that are successful. They irritate my soul sometimes because, and it's not because they're successful. That's not why they irritate my soul. It's because they don't realize that had they not reached success, they could have some of the same feelings. What stopped you and blocked you from having those feelings is because it worked for you. It worked. But the truth is, it doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody that attempts everything wins, because then we all would be a bunch of winners in this life. We all would have all the things that we all need. And you see, if you look around, we barely even got our basic needs met. So for you to try and succeed, you can't look down on the person that tried and failed. Y'all both started out at the same point. Y'all both tried. Y'all both walked out on faith. It's just, it worked for you and it didn't work for the next, right? So don't turn it to be the person's fault because it didn't work for them. Many times it's not their fault. They've tried. And in this video, she's talking about not just trying and succeeding. She's talking about trying, failing, trying, failing, trying, failing, trying, failing again, trying, failing. This is more my pattern. Trying, failing, not trying and succeeding ever over this long course of time. And still seeing, do you feel the same way? It's not a trying, succeed. Or let's even say try, fail, and then try, succeed on the third time. Girl, if it was that easy, like literally, but try failing at everything you've done. How do you feel then? But anyways, I took a long time. I'm so sorry. I always do that to get into the point of the video. But today, this is Mental Health Awareness Month, May. And actually, this does have to do with mental health, because being in survival mode, this is what this is basically. Being, oh shoot, I'm veering from the video I was going to do. I was going to do mental health challenges with having to hustle and grind, like the hustler, like basically what they're trying to turn us to in this country. We all have to hustle. It's not just live life, and yes, you have to make a way for yourself, but the hustle mentality is that you all work, no play. Sleep when you DIE, like Jeezy the Snowman used to say, I could sleep when I DIE. It's that go, and then that one day when you achieve your goals, then you can live. So it's delaying or deferring living your best life until you've actually achieved whatever you're hustling after, whether it's the bank account, whether it's the business, whether it's the family, whether it's whatever. We have to hustle in all different aspects. Now we got side hustles. We can't make it on just one job. We can't make it on just 2 jobs. We have to have 2.5 jobs and a hustle on the side. Girl, 2.5 jobs, hustle on the side. Hey, 2.5 jobs and hustle on the side. Hey, 2.5 jobs and hustle on the side. Hustle on the side. Gotta make it right, yeah. I don't know. I was just trying to do something because it sounded like a rap. But that's literally what you have to do to barely survive. And we all have that dream to not be just barely making it. Who wants to always barely make it? I mean, I understand the struggle. Girl, hold on, I want to plug in a rap. Struggle is real. Can't hardly make enough to pay my bills. Every day I'm going to work, I'm broke still. Know what I'm talking about? This you could feel. This is real. I got big dreams to make them come true. I ain't got the means, but the sparkle in my eye still gleams. And I keep a close eye on those trying to get me high beams. Hope you there to see me when I reach them dreams. Know what I mean? Yeah, it's your girl Cadillac. But the struggle is real. Can't hardly make enough to pay my bills. I got another verse. I work to live and I live to work. I hustle hard until it hurts. I work my fingers down to the bone. And once I pay my bills, ain't got nothing to come home with. Hey, once I pay my bills, ain't got nothing to come home with. Once I pay my bills, ain't got nothing to come home with. Yeah, it's your girl Cadillac. Now, barely surviving. Who in this world, in their right mind, wants to barely survive their entire life, their entire lifespan? Not just your 20s, not just your early career, not just, no, the duration of your life, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. I'm halfway through my 40s. And then can I imagine just barely making it in 50s and then 60s and then 70s? Like literally your whole life just barely making it. Paycheck, we don't even go paycheck to paycheck anymore. It is paycheck to no check. That's like if you were trying to get across an ocean and you were jumping on the planks, right? So this your check and you have to jump to next check and then next check. But what if you start with your check here, there's no check, and you try to jump? Where you finna go? You finna fall into the abyss. Like for real. Paycheck to no check. This is what we're doing now. And it causes stress. It causes anxiety. And then when the stress and anxiety sit in for a long time, it ferments and turns into depression. Depression, like I said, is that default mode where right before giving up, where you're just like, you know what? Nothing I'm doing is working. This is too much. I can't do this. Like literally. And then it's that mode before shutting down. So hustling in hustle culture definitely causes issues with mental health. For me, I had to become a hustler at a very, very young age. But it was no way. See, the youth have something that the older don't have, and the older person has what the youth don't have. The older person most time has wisdom. They know how things go. They've been through different scenarios, and now they can kind of, But the younger person doesn't have the experience under their belt, which is good and bad, but they also don't have that experience with failure like that. So they're running full-fledged. That's just like me when I started this project, Reach the World, when I knew it was just a moment. It wasn't going to be over 10 years. It was only going to take a couple of years to break my husband's story, get him back home from being wrongfully incarcerated, and put our family back together. Like, girl, you couldn't have told me it was going to take me over 23 years to not do nothing, to not even scratch the surface. You could not have told me that. I wouldn't have believed you. turning 44, I will believe you, because I realize that's exactly what happened. It didn't matter how much hard work, how much sacrifice, how much dedication, how much I did, it did not move the needle, and it did not alter reality. It didn't change a thing. I could have literally just sat down for 24 years and still have this same outcome that I have from grinding with my whole everything in my being. I have the same outcome. So that means that work hard and you can achieve anything is a bold-faced lie. Work hard usually just gets you behind tired. Does it always end in success? No. Sometimes yes, but not all the time. So basically, you got to find balance between hustling and living. You cannot defer living, because in all actuality, we only have this moment. We don't have the past. We don't have the future. We have now. So you can't defer now's moment to say, oh, when all my bills are paid, or when I pay my credit card debt off. Like, that's what I'm struggling with now. When I pay off my credit card debt, I won't have to work this hard. Girl, it'll be something else in the future. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just being real. This is how reality is. It's always something. Partly because society was created in a way to make sure you, I believe we all could be making it, but the way it's structured, and that's why it goes along with hustling, because in hustling, not everybody makes it. It's the only the strong survive, only the, but there's enough for all of us. But that competition is created so that we all don't make it. If you can understand what I'm saying. Like, even with online, you're grinding against the next content creator in your niche. You're trying to get the views because people quickly, like, if they do come to your channel, they get bored with the same thing. So you're always trying to push the envelope so that, you can maintain whatever level of success you've gained off of this. It's always a competition, and it's like the algorithm is creating competition, because it's like, we're only going to show these videos. So it's like your video has to fit this narrow, to be seen, to be good enough to be seen. If not, we're going to have you create it, and then we're just going to bury it for you, because we're not going to show it to anybody. Like, it's that. I don't know. It's just always been a hustle, and it takes a toll. In the end, when you, like, I don't know why that song just popped in my mind. That all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. All I do is win. That's what motivates. That sounds like a hustle song, right? But what if you don't win? I don't win, 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 no matter what. Do all that I can, but I never got enough. Like, they don't promote that part. Like, that part is shunned. But what if that is your reality, that you've done all that you can and you just don't, it doesn't happen. It doesn't, and it kind of, another thing that kind of bothers you in that is because people don't relate to it. People relate to the successful person, but people don't relate to the unsuccessful person. If you are successful, it is, the accolades are given to you. If you are unsuccessful, it's your fault. It's your fault. Figure out why. Because if you didn't achieve what you went after, you did something wrong, which could be true, but it's not always true. It's many times that you have done more than the successful person. It just didn't happen. Nobody talks about when it just doesn't happen. Just like I've seen many people, many examples of people that start change petitions, and a short period of time, they get traction and their loved one is home. I've seen people like myself that do 2 and 3 change petitions, do GoFundMe, do this, do that over a very long period of time, and their loved one never comes home. Or like, if it's not that example, what my mother passed from. I know of 2 other individuals that survived that went through the same ordeal, and they survived. Is it the person that went through it and didn't survive? Was it their fault? Or just like, even take my situation, earlier this year, I went through ketoacidosis, and I didn't even realize how serious that was until I realized how many people do not survive this. And I completely survived, fully recovered, and feel like I'm better. My health is better than it was before the ketoacidosis. But for those that did not survive, because I hear many stories of those that did not come home from that hospital, like, what did they do wrong? They didn't do anything wrong. The truth is that it was just a miracle, a blessing that I made it home. Right? It's not that I did something better or more or than the person that did make it home. It's not that my mother not making it home and the 2 other people that I know that went through the same thing did more or better than my mother. Maybe my mother didn't just try hard enough. Like, that would sound absurd to say that. So those that don't make it, it's kind of absurd to just blame them when we're in a whole system that is not made for everyone to make it. So I don't know. That probably don't even go with hustling either. I was supposed to be talking about the hustle and grind, so maybe I will do a part 2 because that completely was off track. But yeah, I've been hustling a long time. I put in so much time. I put in so much effort, and it just feels like it never bloomed. Nothing came about, and it makes me wish I just never did it. Never did any of the things. Like, I want my life to have meaning. So to have spent decades on something that has no meaning, I would have rather done something that was doable. Done something that's doable. Because I've had many sleepless nights because behind trying to hustle and grind, getting 2 hours of sleep here, 2 hours of sleep there, just, oh, if I can get through it, sacrificing meals, not getting, sacrificing self-care time, sacrificing time with your family, because one day it's all going to pay off. But what happens when it doesn't pay off? You've just sacrificed. Like, I don't know. I remember all them sleepless nights when I worked overnight at Walmart. And the only thing that got me through it, because I knew it wouldn't always be like this. But it's always been like this. So it causes that dream that I had, that knowing it causes it to be a lie because it was always like this. But what kept me holding on was the hope and the prayer that it would not always be like this, but it's always been like this. And I've been gone from Walmart, 11, this is going on 12 years. Yeah, they got me up out that door when I slipped and fell. But 12 years later, you couldn't have told me I was going to be struggling worse than I was then. Yeah, especially after all the hard work I put in. All right, guys, that probably meant nothing. I'm going to watch it back to see, does it even make a little bit of sense? If not, I'll try again tomorrow. All right, it's your girl, Cadillac.